How about them Chiefs?
From the halls of the health system.
Oh my God.
To across Chiefs Kingdom. The University of Kansas Health System celebrates the Chiefs and their hunt for a third straight Super Bowl win. Just 2 days away from a chance at making history. Welcome to a special Super Red Friday edition of the Morning Medical Update. And if you are not wearing red right now or white, go get changed. I'm Jessica Lovell, sitting next to a very special guest today, former Chiefs wide receiver and Super Bowl champion, Garrick Dieter. Garrick, welcome to our studio.
I feel weird. I'm wearing green.
I know. What's up with
weird.
that?
I'm wearing green.
Who are you cheering for?
I was in the closet. I'm like, I don't know what to wear.
Okay.
I had a Chiefs hoodie picked up. I'm like, let me throw a jacket
That's all
on.
right. You're being different. That's okay. And you're a champ, and we're going to give you a pass today.
All right,
we're just glad you're.
I'll throw some red on that a little bit later.
That's okay. We're going to give you a pass. You are good. We're just glad you're here. And of course, you know all about this excitement. You also know about the anxiety, and you know about the thrill of winning a Super Bowl. You were with the Chiefs from 2017 to 2022, which of course includes the Super Bowl 54 win over the 49ers. There you are kissing the Lombardi trophy, as you should be. We know what it feels like to win a Super Bowl from a fan's perspective, but as a player, do you remember that feeling a couple of days leading up to the Super Bowl? What was going through your mind?
Yeah, the whole Super Bowl week is a lot of fun. The time we got to go to Miami was an actual Super Bowl week when we were there, I think, on Sunday night, and so we were there just all day, all week, which was a lot of fun because you get to hang out with the boys, you get to relax a little bit, and then leading up to it, there's so many media events, there's so many things you're doing where time just kind of flies by, and then once the game gets there, game's over, Super Bowl win, it's obviously every football player's dream is to be in that situation and to come out on top. Obviously the next year we lost, so it's just a completely different feel, but when you win it, I mean, it is a dream. Is it just, yeah, euphoric, just those moments, like you said, it's that moment every kid dreams of, and you just always wonder if it's ever going to happen, and then it actually happens. Yeah, no, it's awesome. I mean, the whole season's work, the off season, the OTAs, Coach Reed's tough training camp, everything all the work the preparation that goes into a season, it really does pay off, and just that feeling of excitement with your teammates, with your boys, there's nothing like it. And as you mentioned, since that Super Bowl, the team has won 2 more. Yeah. And now we're hunting for that historic third win in a row. Do you think the players have more confidence now? I mean, it seems to make sense since 2020, but do you think there's more pressure now? I don't think there's more pressure. I mean, the guys on the team, the leaders on the team, the Pats, the Kelseys, the Chris Jones of the world, those guys know obviously what confidence can do, and I think they lead from in front. I mean, they're right there in the front line every single day in the media, doing everything, and they're the perfect example of what you want of leadership. Guys that can talk, say the right things, and obviously be on the field and do the right things. So their confidence is at an all-time high. I mean, when you have Coach Reed and when you don't have as much turnover in terms of coaching and the staple players, there's a lot of confidence that goes into a team year after year. So I hear you saying it's like they treat each time like it's the first time they're going. Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, there's a lot of guys, D-Hop would be one of them that just comes to the top of the head, that have been in the NFL for 12 years that never even come close to being in a Super Bowl. And it's something that a lot of players, you hear about it. I mean, just making the playoffs, like really enjoy this. This is not something that happens every single year. I remember our 2017 year. It was that conversation, like, this doesn't happen often, like, really enjoy, soak this moment up. And obviously the last 6 years, going to the Super Bowl 5 times, it's pretty incredible. I mean, you start to get used to it. That's the expectation level, obviously, and Coach Reed does a really good job himself of keeping everybody level-headed, and he lays out those expectations pretty good. Well, we got a lot to get to today. I'm so glad you're here, as I said. So glad you're along for the ride with us. So, well, the Chiefs can be confident, as we know, in the care they receive from our elite team of doctors who will be on the sideline. The head orthopedic surgeon for the team, Dr. Paul Schreppel, joins us now from New Orleans, where he is there with the team. Dr. Schreppel is also clinical service chief for the Department of Orthopedics and Sports Medicine here at the health system. Good morning, Dr. Schreppel. How are you?
Good morning, Jess. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I think there's a movie called like Same Time Next Year or something. Had I known we were going to be doing this, I would have just put it on my calendar.
Yeah, well, it's fortunate that it's become an annual thing, but
right?
It's pretty cool nonetheless.
It never gets old, does it?
No, it sure doesn't.
How many Super Bowls now have you worked? Because this is work.
This is 5 in 6 years, yeah.
Yeah, busy guy you are. So at this point, 2 days out, the big game coming up on Sunday, what are you really focused on with the team right now?
You know, I think at this point, we've got everybody probably in the best shape we can, get ready for the game. We've spent a lot of time, trying to optimize nutrition and hydration and sleep and all those things, because as Garrett was kind of alluding to, there's a lot going on during the week, a lot of other obligations. So trying to maintain focus, make sure everybody's continue to take care of their body throughout the week with all these other things going on, I think is important.
So if a player is considered active but still nursing some of those aches and pains, what are you doing to help them get ready to give 100% on game day?
Yeah, I mean, the reality is, and again, I think Garrett talked to this, I mean, it's a long season. So you got a grueling training camp, and if you got 3 preseason games and now 17 regular season games, and then if you're playing in this game, you played in either 3 or 4 postseason games. So it's a long season. Everybody has aches and pains and some nicks, and even if you've been fortunate enough not to sustain a bigger injury. So there's a lot of different modalities, recovery modalities we do. Again, the hydration, the nutrition, the sleep hygiene, all those things are really important to try to keep everybody's body in best shape, the best shape that we can, to help them perform at the best.
All right, Dr. Schreppel, you're on the sidelines during the game. And as some of us around here, we admit sometimes we get excited when we have a Dr. Schreppel sighting. But in fact, here's a shot of you tending to Patrick Mahomes' ankle back at Super Bowl 57 when we beat the Eagles the first time. But when you're not directly dealing with an injury, what are you doing there on the sidelines? What are you looking for?
Well, I mean, we're there to work. We're there to maintain player health and safety and make sure if somebody is injured, they're tended to as quickly as possible, and that we have a kind of a efficient, effective care plan set up for them. And sometimes that's one that will facilitate return to play, so they're going to be able to get back out on the field, and other times it's not. We're kind of protecting their safety by keeping them off the field. So we're working. We're there to watch for those injuries and take care of the players the best we can.
But big picture, you're part of something really special right now. You mentioned this is work, but do you ever sit back when you go back to your hotel room at night and just really cherish this moment, soak it all in?
Yeah, I think you can maybe do that when it's all done. At the end, you can kind of reflect back on that. I mean, we're here to do a job and to remain focused, and I think that's what we're doing.
And then how much after this game do you get a break before you have to really start thinking about next season? Any downtime?
Very little. When you're playing into February, there's really no off season. I mean, actually throughout the week we've been doing pre-combine screenings with players that will be at the combine in Indy. We'll be out there looking at players in a couple weeks. We've got free agency starting in March. All those players need physicals, evaluations. Then we've got draft in April, and it's on to OTAs and get ready for next season.
Okay, am I allowed to ask any score predictions from you for Sunday's game?
Nobody pays me for predictions. I would say that we've got a confident group that's going to be well prepared, and I think they're going to embrace the challenge, and I'm optimistic about the outcome. That's what I'll say.
Fair enough. Always great to speak with you. Any other final message for Chiefs Kingdom as we let you get back to work?
No, I don't think so. I think everybody's eager to have Sunday here and get on to the game.
All right. What time is it there? What are you, an hour before us? What time is it?
No, we're Central Time too.
Okay, good. All right. So get after it.
Will do.
And we'll be looking. Hey, I'll be looking for you. I'll be looking for you on Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening.
Good.
Have a good one.
Good.
Garrett, you work with Dr. Schreppel. You work with Dr. Schreppel and the other team doctors and the Kansas City Chiefs athletic trainer. What's it like to know that this entire huge team of experts and doctors and trainers are focused on your body, your health?
Yeah, I mean, it's always good. Obviously, when you get to the NFL and even I went to Alabama, so just the resources that are available to you at places like those, it's unbelievable. And then when you have an injury, you try not to see those guys as much as you can, because that means something's wrong with you. So I did have an injury in my career. I had a bad back injury, so they gave me some great advice. I listened, and eventually it got better. So it is always great to have those resources, to have those doctors' opinions and their plans. They're all about. I mean, you heard Doc there talking about they don't really get time off. I mean, if there's one group in the building outside of Coach Reed, who's there from 4 a.m. to midnight every single day. I mean, the doctors are there probably that same time frame. The training staff is there that same time frame, and they're 24/7, 365. Like they might get like 5 days off the whole year, and it's incredible what they do for the team and their level of commitment. Because without people like them, the Pats of the world, if they have an ankle that's banged up, if they don't have somebody taking care of that thing 24/7, it's not going to get better. So.
Well, and I like what you said. You don't like to get too familiar with them.
Yeah.
You don't want to be in their office too much. But, we know that these injuries happen. But what do you think about the approach that the Chiefs and the NFL take when it comes to injuries, especially concussion? We know that's a big deal.
Yeah. I mean, it's it's part of the job. More than likely, if you play long enough, if you play a position that's going to you're banging heads every single time. Mm-hmm. It's just, it's something that comes with it. I always say, like, you know what you signed up for. Like, I have that type of mentality. When you have two guys that are the most elite athletes in the world running full speed into each other, and more than likely are going to bang heads on either their helmets or hit the ground, bad things happen. But there's obviously the NFL does a lot of things. The Chiefs do a lot of things to monitor it, to make sure guys are doing everything on the back end, to make sure they're all right, strengthening your neck. There's so much data behind the NFL these days with helmets and technology that they have a really good idea on if something is wrong, that they can kind of take action quickly.
And that's for the head. What about the body? Because we hear it and we see it on television from afar. It looks pretty painful. What does that really feel like? Does it feel as bad as it looks?
I would say some guys more than others.
Yeah.
If you're getting hit every play, it's going to hurt. I was fortunate enough, like I didn't play. I think I played in like 12 games in my career or something like that, and so I didn't take too many hits. But when you do get hit, and you're playing grown men, and it's something. It's just not. So if somebody weighs 260 pounds and they're running 20 miles an hour, it's gonna hurt. You just get used to it at that point. But it's just
like I said, you signed up for it.
Yeah, you signed up for it. You know what you're in there for, and most guys do a really good job in the off season of building your muscles up, building it up in the strength in the weight room with our coaches, and they do a really good job with it.
Well, we caught up with our other sports medicine and team physicians for the Kansas City Chiefs before they flew down to New Orleans. This will be their 5th Super Bowl, as we have mentioned all morning, but again, it's still a work trip.
My dad joked that the first time we went, this was a once in a lifetime opportunity, and we just keep having opportunity for these once in a lifetime opportunities.
Just watching the last few years, the few Super Bowls we've won, it always comes down to the wire. It comes down to play here and there, and when it keeps happening on your side, it's probably more than luck, right?
You can see how focused everyone is. Everyone has a common goal. There's not a whole lot of individuals. Everyone's working to the same goal. It's just like anything you do. Like an organization, healthcare, or anything. You want everyone to work as a team, to work for one goal. It just makes everyone better.
It's amazing and special in every way. It's a true honor to be part of it, and to the opportunity to go and help take care of the team and help them get across the finish line.
We have been the official healthcare provider for the Chiefs and caring for fans in the stands for more than a decade. Most folks know this, but do you know how much the Chiefs give back to the health system? Financially, the Hunt Family Foundation has given $2.4 million to the University of Kansas Health System and the Cancer Center. But beyond the dollars, the Chiefs show how much they care for this community, our patients and employees. Every year, the Chiefs give local cancer survivors an amazing experience with the crucial catch game. A few lucky patients get to meet players and coaches, then stand on the field to remind people that awareness and early detection saves lives. Check out the moment one breast cancer survivor found out she was going to the crucial catch game.
We have some very special guests. Chiefs defensive tackles, Chris Jones and Mike Pennell. Oh my God.
That is Dr. Jamie Wagner, the director of the Cancer Center's breast program, surprising her friend and patient, Jill Shahan, with tickets to the game back in October. Both Chris Jones and Mike Pennell said stories of survival can, of course, uplift everyone.
I mean, I think it's really important to see people that have, gone past that point, people that are in remission. So, because there's times where you feel like there isn't, any hope or anything like that.
You are a queen and a warrior for what you had to go through, and the amount of resiliency you had to face and adversity you overcame.
After that surprise, Dr. Wagner gave Mike Pennell a behind-the-scenes tour of the Women's Cancer Center at Indian Creek. And they had a good time, but the visit really had extra special meaning for Pennell. He survived childhood cancer, and he keeps in touch with his cancer team over at Children's Mercy. And Garrick, what's it like for you to get out into the community and really connect with those Chiefs fans? Because they're pretty special.
Yeah, there's nothing like Chiefs fans. That's why we've kind of stuck around Kansas City is the people that are here in town. And when you play for the Chiefs, you get a lot of opportunities that the Chiefs organization provides in terms of going out and doing charity work and meeting all these people that are running these awesome organizations. So I really enjoy it. You really find connections in that world. I remember doing a pickleball one my second year, I think, with the Chiefs, or maybe even my first, where I met a little girl with pediatric cancer, and just to see what they have to go through on a day-to-day, it really puts life into perspective on how lucky you are just to kind of be healthy. So it's an awesome opportunity to get out, and they love Chiefs players like nothing else. So for us to get out there and just show moral support as best as we can, it means the world to them, and it really does have a lifelong effect on us.
Well, and there's a special energy in the hospital when a Chiefs player comes through, and the video you're about to see proves that we always knew some of these players were superstars, even way before they were household names.
Back in September 2018, Patrick Mahomes had only started 4 NFL games. But staff, patients, and all of Chiefs Kingdom knew he was something special.
How are you doing?
Hi, so glad to see you.
It's nice to meet you.
Oh my goodness, my heart just...
Patrick, we also brought you a flag for all the hard work and determination that you've been showing. And we would like to sign it for you if that's okay with you.
Oh, please do.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
It is a cool feeling just to be able to come here and kind of lift their spirits a little bit. But I mean, you could see the determination that they already had. And so I mean, for us, it puts it in perspective that even the little things that we do that we think are so little, just playing like football games, I mean, how much it means to them.
That same season, Chris Jones became an ambassador at large for the University of Kansas Cancer Center. Emphasis on large. We were a little surprised we found a white coat that could fit. Back then, even Jones was impressed by what Mahomes was doing on the field.
Sometimes when watching our offense, I feel like a fan. I put myself in the fan's shoes, and I get to grabbing me some drinks out of the stands. I just sit back and watch Showtime do his thing.
But before there was Showtime,
oh yeah, we got some superheroes here.
Travis Kelce put on a cape and mask to visit the real superheroes on our pediatric unit back in 2016.
Oh, look at that!
Kelce handed out masks, capes, and stuffed shadow buddies.
There you go, big guy.
For our little patients.
You gotta give me your super Skittle pose. I've been super sidekick all day. All day I just throw on a mask and hopefully make these kids feel like they're the strongest individuals in the world for what they're going through.
You guys save the world while I'm not around, okay?
All right, big guy.
Crazy to think that video, Travis Kelce, nearly a decade old, and the partnership between the Chiefs and the health system started back in 2012, and since that season, the Chiefs have not had a losing record. Garrick, you've been in the locker room with these guys, even outside the locker room. Of course, you're friends with these guys. What do you see in stars like Mahomes and Kelce and Chris Jones that other people might not truly appreciate about them?
Yeah, I mean, they're truly good people. People love being around them. They have their same friends from when they were in high school and growing up. So I think that speaks volumes to all those guys on the type of person that they are. And they're who they are when the media's on them, when the cameras are on. They're like that 24/7. So they don't try to put on a front, which everybody respects. I mean, when you're in this industry of NFL and you're around a lot of people, there are people that kind of put on a front. So for our superstars to be actually good people, it's an awesome thing for Kansas City.
And as a wide receiver, what do you like about the current roster of receivers this season?
Yeah, this year's been fun. Obviously a little bit injury plagued, which is never fun, but seeing guys step up in situations, and for the team to only lose 2 games, I mean really only 1 game if you don't count that last one, it's pretty incredible with just kind of the roster turnaround that those guys have had. Hollywood coming in, Rashid Rice having that injury, but then Xavier steps up and all the other guys step up. It always seems that Coach Reed can kind of just plug and play, which is a lot of fun, and finally a little bit healthy for the Super Bowl. So seems like offense is clicking on all cylinders, and we should be ready to go.
It all comes back to Coach Reed. I see you always weave him back into your conversation.
Yeah, I mean, there's nobody like Coach Reed. I mean, just as a culture guy, as an offensive mind, as a leader, everybody looks up to him. He leads the way. He sets the tone every single week, and I think that's obviously one reason why the Chiefs have been so consistent. Is your head guy is consistent every single week. He's there to work. He's like I said, he's there from midnight. He's 12 a.m. to 4 a.m. I mean, he's literally there. He never leaves. He loves it. That's his whole life, and everybody buys into that. Coaches, players, training staff. It's pretty incredible, the leader that he is.
That's why we're back.
Yeah,
doing it again this year.
Exactly.
Well, usually players come here to the hospital to visit patients, but check this out. Defensive lineman Charles Omenihu recently invited a group of breast cancer patients for a special tour of Arrowhead. It's a special cause for the defensive end. His mother is a breast cancer survivor. After showing our patients around the locker room, we saw Omenihu share an emotional moment with one survivor.
I just told her, like, let the emotions flow. You don't want to hold that in. I told her that she's an important human being, a beautiful soul, a warrior. She's strong, and never to forget that. Don't let nobody else tell you otherwise, because what you've been through, a lot of people lay down for.
Hearing about like how he chose to do this for us, it was so amazing, so heartfelt. And so just to actually see, not just read his name, but just to see him in person, it was just an amazing experience, very humbling, that I would say.
And this year's Super Bowl has extra special meaning for Omenihu. You might remember he got injured just before last year's big game, but after surgery on his ACL and a lot of rehab, he is really eager to get back out on the field in New Orleans on Sunday. Well, the health system looks out for more than just Chiefs players. Health system staff also treat Chiefs cheerleaders too. Athletic trainer Michaela Reba is in New Orleans right now with the other 34 dancers who will be hyping up the fans on Sunday. Last year was her first time going to the Super Bowl. She called it a once-in-a-lifetime experience, except now, make that twice.
I don't know what I did in another life to deserve this opportunity, but I'm super thankful and super grateful, and I'm going to continue to do everything I can to just stay passionate towards this profession and stay dedicated and help the athletes, not only for the Chiefs cheer community, but for the Kansas City community.
Michaela says if you do not think of cheerleaders as athletes, you are simply wrong. One time they put a step tracker on a cheerleader and she racked up 32,000 steps on game day. No doubt these women have earned respect out on the field too, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're there behind the scenes, kind of similar to the training staff. They're always in there working when we're not there.
Oh, I bet.
And they put in a lot of time and hours to be there on game day, and their level of commitment is not overlooked. That's for sure.
I grew up a dancer way back in the way back, and they're like rock stars in my mind.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. They do
really
a lot that people don't see. There's a lot of training and preparation that goes into those game days, and it's fun to see them get out into the community. We just had the Chiefs cheerleaders at Chicken and Pickle yesterday for an event, so it's fun when they can interact with fans and kind of just experience what the players experience when it's outside of football.
They make it look easy. Okay, check out these photos. Nurses at the birthing center in Liberty. They huddled up with some newborn babies with some Chiefs handmade hats, part of Chiefs Kingdom. right out of the womb, right at birth. We've got some Chiefs fans and fur babies too. Health system staff, they held a pet photo contest. We saw about 200 plus cats, dogs. Someone threw a chicken in there somewhere dressed up in Chiefs gear. So everybody's getting in the spirit. And I know you're a true girl dad. You've got 3 little girls. How old are they?
We have a 4-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 1-year-old.
Wow. Okay. I was going to say, are they? They're probably not huge football fans quite yet, but they probably gather on the TV when you guys are watching on Sundays.
Gigi, who's with me today, I've convinced her to be she loves sports. She's a big-time Yankees fan, so that's number one. And then she's recently started to really understand the Chiefs. Every time Pat's on TV, she'll say, "Oh, there's your friend, there's your friend." And same with Kel. So I always think that's pretty funny. So we try to raise them right. I know Royals fans will be mad about the Yankees stuff, but
hey, Gigi.
It is what it is.
Hi. How are you? You're on TV. Oh yeah, she's like my son, the device.
She gets locked in.
Is she a Swiftie?
Somewhat, to a degree.
That got your attention.
Yeah.
It got your eyes looking up at me when I said the S word. Yep.
She's fortunate enough to have met Taylor at a Yankees game. She still doesn't really know who Taylor Swift is. She calls her the baseball girl.
Okay.
But we put her on YouTube sometimes and throw some Taylor Swift live performances up there just to realize that she got to meet somebody pretty cool.
Okay, so Gigi is the only one in this room who's okay. I like that. She's met Taylor.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's got to meet some really cool people over the last few years. So
I like it.
Yeah, she's a lucky 3-year-old.
She's starting out young. What do you all do for Super Bowl? Somebody said yesterday in our office, they said it's interesting as a Chiefs fan, you actually now have Super Bowl traditions. It's not just where you watch in the game. It's what do you guys do for Super Bowl? So we now have Super Bowl traditions in Kansas City. What do you guys do?
That's something you got to get ready for. Obviously, with the Chiefs being in it, you got to find something to do. I'll actually be going down to New Orleans tomorrow. Actually, and I'll be hanging down there, but fam will just be hanging at home. There's a lot of awesome places, Chicken and Pickle being one. So I think Kansas City does a great job of giving you a lot of options in town to go watch a game. So there's plenty of spots, but food, family, that's kind of the 2 things that you need, food, family, football. So that's what Super Bowl Sunday is all about. And when the Chiefs are in it, it's a lot of fun.
It is. It really is. And what's Super Bowl, a good party without food, as you mentioned. And although it will be hard to beat this creation, did you see this? Touchdown toast. This was on sale at Arrowhead during the playoffs. $25 gets you a loaf of bread soaked in eggs, custard, milk, heavy cream, and then baked. Okay, this is something I would totally take down. Okay, I tell myself I'm kind of a healthy eater, but this would be a cheat day for me. I don't know about you, but Alexis Delced caught up with Aaron Wishon, the senior executive chef for the Chiefs, and Jeff DeVore, the vice president of hospitality services, to kind of connect the dots between the hospital cafeteria here at the health system and the kitchens at Arrowhead.
Anyone who spent time here knows that our hospital cafeteria has special Chiefs-themed meals every Red Friday. You two have been working together all season long, so I'd love to ask you, what are some of your favorite highlights from your partnership this year? Do you have any favorite dishes? Aaron?
I always love the mac and cheese just because I think it gets such great reception. But I think it's fun to feature really anything that we can. It's great that Jeff's team is able to execute it, of course. But it's been really fun having the partnership and being able to work with Jeff and his team.
Jeff, what's your favorite to eat?
You know, I mean, I think they're all great meals. What really has been, I think, the most fun for us is the backstory for all of these menus. And Aaron's been able to share a little bit about, you know, what the players like to eat, what some of the coaches like to eat. And so we've been able to add a story to them this year, which has really been a lot of fun and kind of added a new element to what we've been doing.
Aaron, you have the coolest job. When you were growing up, did you know a job like yours existed?
I did not. I planned to be a chef. I knew I wanted to do that. And then I was fortunate to kind of fall into sports and entertainment.
Who do you think has more fun, you or us here at the health system eating the food?
I think both. I think that's why we're in the jobs that we're in. I think it's really fun to come up with something and have people get excited about it on my end.
I think for us, it's been a great opportunity for our teams down in our kitchens. We've got some really talented people, and for them to be able to branch out and try some different different things on Red Friday has been a lot of fun.
Aaron, do you ever get any inside knowledge as to what meals the players like best? Like, does Travis ever request anything special, or Mahomes?
We do have open kitchen, so you know, we have action stations and whatnot that the guys walk up to. So we are getting feedback consistently.
I suppose there's some sort of privacy clause where you can't tell us what Patrick Mahomes likes to eat for every meal, but we can try to ask. We can try.
Worth a shot, right?
Thank you so much, Aaron. Thank you, Jeff. Cannot wait for the Super Bowl.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Jess, back to you.
Alexis, thank you so much. Garrett, what was your diet like when you played?
I would just say I'm a generally a healthy eater to a degree. Now that I'm done with football, I mean, I'm a big sweets guy. I love like Dr. Pepper. I love any candy, anything sweet. So when I was playing, I tried to keep that to a minimum. But I'd just say, I mean, as long as you're drinking water, you can kind of eat what you want. As a football player, you're active every single day and you're doing a lot. There's some guys, obviously, that food affects them a little bit more, and I think as you get older, that's definitely the case. So I think guys like Kels, guys like Pat, they take a big, they have a lot of pride in their nutrition, especially during the season. I would say mostly during the season with those guys. They like to enjoy their off seasons. But yeah, I mean, during the season, you heard Kelsey, I think, talk about it yesterday, was having more pushbacks, losing a little bit of weight going in the Super Bowl and feeling really good. So that's something that a lot of guys on the team, everybody kind of has their own opinion on it. And the Chiefs chefs do a great job of keeping those meals, one, delicious, and then two, just giving us as many options as they can think of. It's not easy to feed 200 people every single day and keep that thing moving where it's not, okay, I know on Tuesday I'm going to get this, I know Wednesday this. I was always the guy, like, if it looked good, I was going to eat it. So they have a lot of options, and they do a really good job being creative.
What's your Super Bowl go-to guilty pleasure food?
It's a good question.
What you gotta have?
I feel like chili is like the Super Bowl thing, right?
That's a good one.
Chili or wings. My mom would make a great chili. Nowadays, I'd say wings would probably be like, you gotta eat unhealthy. You gotta do pizza.
Cheese
you gotta
dip.
do wings. Yeah, anything. I mean,
Yes.
anything unhealthy for us fans on Super Bowl Sunday is kind of that go-to. You can't eat healthy on that day.
It has been so fun having you here with us. You held back on me on one little thing, though. Do you know what it is?
No, I don't.
It's the bling.
Okay, yeah.
You did not bring me a Super Bowl ring to show me.
Yeah, I don't take that thing out too often. It's a little too large to rock. I mean, it's not very comfortable. I mean, you walk around, you kind of feel weird, like everybody's staring at your hands. So those
It's
things.
not subtle. You're telling me this is not a subtle piece of jewelry.
Definitely not, and it's gotten every year it's gotten a little bit bigger, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, how can you keep topping this? But they continue to make it as big as your hand. I mean, it really is crazy how big those things are, and it's very special to have it. So when I do pull it out, it's for really sentimental value. When I can have a moment where I can just say, okay, I'm going to pull this out, there'd be a lot of people that would appreciate it. So
Okay, can we make a sentimental value that if we're here this time next year,
yeah,
that you would bring this back to me?
Yes.
If we are talking about the Super Bowl this time next year?
Yeah, we'll bust it out.
Okay.
I'll let Gigi wear it.
Awesome.
She'll probably think it's a little bit cooler than I do, so she'll really enjoy it.
Okay, before we let you out of here, any predictions for Sunday's game other than that win?
Yeah, no, I've been saying all week. I just think the offense is clicking at the right time. I think the Chiefs have played tougher teams. I think the AFC's tougher than the NFC. So I think I said 34, Chiefs 34, Eagles 17. I don't think it's gonna be close. I think it's gonna be a blowout. So I'm feeling good about it.
And final message to those Chiefs fans.
Just know we appreciate you guys, all the support, everything that you provide to us. We don't take that for granted. We really do appreciate it. One, as a former player, seeing the support that I get off the field, it means a lot. And then obviously the support, them being there every game day. The NFL doesn't work without the fans, and I think that's what makes Chiefs Kingdom so special, is that the fans are truly great people that really care about us off the field.
Look at you, great football player, great great TV host.
Yeah, exactly.
You do it all.
Try to have fun. Just try to have fun.
Thank you so much. Thank you for watching us today. It has been another thrilling year to be the official healthcare provider for the Kansas City Chiefs, from Super Bowl Sunday to all the way back to Red Wednesday. We'll leave you today with some of our health system employees eager for a third straight Super Bowl win. Of course, have a very safe weekend, and go Chiefs!
Looking forward to a three-peat?
You know, those are hard to do, but I think everybody in Kansas City's ready for one, so let's hope.
She knows what she's doing. She's not scared. All right, are you ready?
Not at all.
All right, here we go. So that gets them in the perfect position every time?
Yep.
This machine is so intense. Like, there's so much information and stickers, and wow, look at that thing rotating. Oh my goodness.
We have some very special guests. Chiefs defensive tackles, Chris Jones and Mike Pennell. Oh my God.
You know, we heard about your story and what a warrior you've been.
Center at Liberty Hospital is so proud to be a part of Chiefs Kingdom, and we're cheering on the Chiefs this weekend for a three-peat. Go Chiefs! K-C Chiefs!
How about them Chiefs?
Here at Strawberry Hill are excited to cheer on the Chiefs for another Super Bowl win.
We're cheering on the Chiefs for great wins.
Go Chiefs! Back to back to back.
We're out here at KU Midwest Imaging cheering on our Chiefs to make history for a back-to-back-to-back championship. Go Chiefs!
We're Cambridge Sterile Processing. What do we want?
We are food and nutrition and environmental services at Liberty Hospital. How about those Chiefs?
Inpatient rehab unit says,
Dining services at Strawberry Hill looking for a Chiefs three-peat, another championship. Let's go!
We're with the Mark Asher Smiley Center, here to say,
Go Chiefs! Three-peat, 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 three-peat.
Self-care is keeping this full-time caregiver mentally fit. We're celebrating a Valentine's Week of Love, eating, dancing, and playing together in the face of an Alzheimer's diagnosis. That's Monday at 8 a.m.
Subscribe to our morning medical update and Open Mics with Dr. Stein's podcast. Now, everywhere podcasts are available.